Welcome to Beyond the Broomstick. I'm Lori, and each week we pull back the curtain on the myths, history, and modern practice of witchcraft. No Hollywood, no fear, just honest conversation about the craft, healing, and the magic that connects us all. Hello, my witches. So welcome to another episode of Beyond the Broomstick with Lori. So for those of you that don't know, I run a Facebook group. And today I want to talk to you about something that might seem like a small change, but to me, it really isn't. I've changed the name of our group from the Eclectic Green Witchery to the Wildwood Witchery. And I want to tell you why. Because this isn't just about changing a name. It's about changing the way we think about our practice. It's about going a little deeper and maybe getting a little wilder. There comes a point in our practice when we have to ask ourselves a really important question. Am I practicing magic, or am I simply repeating what I've been told magic is supposed to look like? Think about it. We learn the correspondences, we collect the herbs, we buy the crystals, we memorize the moon phases, we create these beautiful altars, we learn the spells, and don't get me wrong, there is absolutely nothing wrong with any of that. There is beauty in it, there's history in it, there is tradition in it, and there is certainly magic in it. But, I know, always a but with me, but what happens when we go a little deeper? What happens when we stop simply learning about nature and start developing a relationship with nature? So, take an oak tree, for example. We might read that oak represents strength, protection, endurance, and wisdom. And that's wonderful. But, another but. But, what if we went beyond the correspondences? What if we actually sat beneath an oak tree? What if we watched how it changed through the seasons? What if we noticed the creatures living around it? What if we touched its bark? What if we listened to the wind moving through its branches? What if we simply sat there and listened and connected? Would our relationship with that tree begin to change? I think it would. And that's where the Wildwood Witchery begins. Think about rosemary. We can look it up in a book and learn that rosemary has certain magical associations, protection, purification, memory, love, and again, that's useful information. But what if we grow the rosemary? What if we tend it, water it, watch it grow, smell it, cook with it, learn what it needs to thrive, harvest it respectfully, be grateful for it, and then use it in our magic? That's different. Now we're not just using an ingredient because a book told us what it means. We're developing a relationship with a living plant. And that relationship, to me, is where the deeper magic begins. Even something as simple as finding a feather on the ground We are often taught to immediately ask, what does this sign mean? I found a feather. You see it all over social media. Help! What does it mean? And sometimes it means nothing. It's just a feather. And sometimes maybe it is meaningful. But what if we didn't immediately try to decode it? What if the feather simply invited us to become more observant, to notice the birds around us, to notice the wind, to notice where we are, to notice what else is happening in that moment? Maybe the magic isn't always in figuring out the message. Maybe sometimes the magic is simply paying attention. And that is really what I want the Wildwood Witchery to be about. Moving beyond simply using nature in our practice and beginning to know nature, to slow down, to observe, to learn the plants, to understand the seasons, to notice what is blooming, what is dying, what is returning, and what is transforming. To understand that the earth is constantly teaching us about cycles, about beginnings, about endings, about resting, about growth, about death and renewal. I want us to be able to walk into the woods without immediately asking, what can I use this for? And instead ask, what can I learn here? That's a very different question. And maybe that's why I felt the name Eclectic Green Witchery no longer quite fit what I wanted this space to become. Green witchery can describe a particular style of witchcraft, and there is absolutely a place for that. But the Wildwood Witchery feels like something more. It feels like a path, a journey, an invitation. It reminds us that we aren't separate from nature, that we are part of it. We aren't standing outside the forest looking in. We are walking through it, learning from it, changing with it, growing alongside it. And I don't want this to become another place where we simply collect more things, more herbs, more crystals, more tools, more books, more supplies. Because let's be honest, witches can be really, really good at collecting things. I am guilty of that. But perhaps the deepest magic isn't found in having the biggest collection of magical things. Perhaps it's found in developing a relationship with the living world around us. Maybe it's knowing which tree you always stop to visit. Maybe it's growing something from seed. Maybe it's learning the plants that naturally grow where you live. Maybe it's recognizing the first signs of spring. Maybe it's noticing the changing colors of autumn. Maybe it's sitting beside a fire without needing to do anything. Just be present. Maybe it's walking through the woods and realizing that you've been walking past the same plants for years without ever really seeing them. That's what I mean when I say let's go deeper. Not necessarily more complicated, not more elaborate, not more expensive. Deeper, more connected, more intentional, more present, more rooted. Because I believe the forest can become our teacher. The seasons can become our lessons. The earth can become our temple, our altars, and our practice can be something we live rather than something we simply perform. So as we begin this new chapter of the Wildwood Witchery group, I want to ask you something. Not what spell do you want to learn, not what herbs do you want to buy, not what crystals do you need next. Instead, I want you to ask yourself, Where is my practice asking me to go deeper? Maybe it's your relationship with nature. Maybe it's your connection with plants or an herb. Maybe it's understanding the seasons. Maybe it's your relationship with ritual. Maybe it's learning more about where your traditions came from. Or maybe it's something much simpler. Maybe your practice is asking you to slow down, to put the phone away, to step outside, to breathe, to notice, to listen. So I invite you to share that with us. Where is your magic calling you deeper? What are you curious about? What do you want to learn? What relationship with the natural world do you want to develop? Tell us in the comments. Because this isn't meant to be a path that one person walks alone. We learn from one another. We share what we discover. We ask questions. We make mistakes. We grow. And hopefully, we become a little more connected to the earth along the way. So welcome to the new way of thinking. At least it's new for me. The Wildwood Witchery, a place where we don't just learn about the earth, we learn from her. Where we don't simply collect magic, we cultivate it. Where we don't rush through the seasons, we experience them. Where we don't always need to know the answer. Sometimes we simply just need to listen and just be. Let's get a little wilder, a little more intentional, and a whole lot more connected. Because the Wildwood has always been there. Perhaps we've just forgotten how to listen. Until next time, remember, live, love, and magic. And I'll see you in the Wildwood.